Hello, it's Zach here with another multimedia podcast, original engagement, entertainment, multi thought for the consumer of ideas upon what I'm putting down. Y'all can pick up and use for whatever in your life you need. The thing that I have experienced and am now giving for free most places to use to the best of your ability for whatever outcome you care to manifest or create or force even in your own life. What happened this morning is that I had a conversation with a woman on the school website, school.com. It's a cool little platform. Chill, not quite Discord. Although there's Discord-esque communities that are kind of common and cuss and do a whole bunch of inappropriate and wild, wacky business attend to upon their whole community. But this community that I belong to is one devout to what you would call seeking a higher vibration within their spiritual nature and human existence to raise the entirety of the collective conscious in this group is extremely high, I would say. And the woman I spoke to was no different than most, enlightened to a degree. I would say enlightened in the sense that in the moment she decided to write me what she wrote me, she was very self-aware, very confident, very into the mode of being and charismatic and confident, like I said, but also in a sense just doing what comes natural to her and being kind and making sense. She made a lot of sense, like an enlightened woman who in her own way did want to help me, and she did help me. Yeah, this is what I did. I wrote back after, based upon what she had told me about love and what we desire and how the human condition has what you would say come a long way, and yet it's still as very truer as it was a long time ago as it is right now in this moment. And it sparked an idea, man, a forgotten about idea for the most part, that I don't think I ever fully expressed in the concept of a video or audio collaboration or congruency and collection and there's another C word that I was gonna say, like collaboration maybe. Like I haven't collaborated this thought into a whole post on my music page, although it is musical in its sense. This idea that I had, which I'm gonna get into. I'm not just gonna leave you guys hanging talking about, oh, I have this idea, and like I'm just gonna talk about the precursor of what I could potentially talk about later, just to keep y'all listening and getting that extra time within my engagement, because that's definitely something that some people be doing on Facebook. They make a whole video and they just leave you right on the edge of understanding what just it is they're talking about. So you watch for a long time and they get the watch time. That is not what I'm doing. Um, I have every full intent to get right into this subject, and that's what I'm going to do right now. And that is a potential for a romantic, you could say, life changing partnership with with a date with the opposite energy polarity, male female, that I had basically pursued a few months ago. Just quick, burn bright, hot, white, and then it got cold, man. Then it got super cold after I had kind of shared how I felt. It got cold after that, but it was hot, for a quick few weeks or so. During the time we were talking and sharing and exploring each other's personality that we had just met. The thing is, I find that she did care about me and my happiness and well-being, in the sense that it would have been pretty much impossible for her not to seriously consider the thing that I had been discussing, because I not only brought my favorite acoustic guitars into her space and poetically and deeply beneficially and beautifully made sounds, and spoke on lyrics of charisma, charm, natural ability, beauty, and love. And those guitars sounded so good, and I was switching chords and really trying my best to make a cool thing happen in the like musically in a setting that was delightful, absolutely delightful, because you know why else it was such a delight to be able to do this with this opposite energy polarity, and why I can tell for a fact that she did validly care for my well-being, is that I also brought my best friend and animal companion, Toby, my cat, with me when we spoke and did this guitar songs and love songs and stuff like that I sang. And Toby was sitting down in his stroller and just looking so doggone cute. And that touches somebody, man, right in their tender heart, when an animal or a guitar, and the man with the haircut and the fresh clothes and the smell good, and how can a young lady not admire that? I don't see how she didn't really like me, because she did. She told me she did. And the thing about this is that I feel bad. I feel bad because she was kind of young, man, and like, she may have not fully understood that it is not common, trivial, or basic when a man of the caliber and quality of the things I was showing her, within like sharing comic books and my cat and my Pokemon collection and everything like that, and then the kicker is that I have this whole music career and ability to provide with my hustling and things like that, and not to take that for granted. Like, that just is gonna happen to her countless times throughout her life. She's gonna have opportunities, which I pray she does have opportunities throughout her life, and I pray to Jesus right now that he takes care of this young woman, and she is provided with plenty of opportunities for a man to sweep her off her feet, and as well as be there for her to be provided for and protected and creative within every one of her ideas and thoughts and the conversations she has. I truly and honestly do wish that upon this young woman who I wrote a letter to. And in the letter, I invited her to the blues, man, to a life of blues and adventure and beauty. And she happened to read it. And next week, past the weekend, I had been worried, man. Like I had been stressing about this letter, man, and I for some reason I gave it to her on a Friday. She didn't return to our situation until a Monday, and when she did, I was beyond a bucket or a whole nervous wreck, you could say, like I was really thinking about her and what she thought about this letter the whole weekend. And when I finally saw her on Monday, I had to walk around the block a few times because I was trying to get into a mode of thought that was fun and not low in energy. Like I was trying to put my best step forward, my best foot, or you could say save face, and put that on the front lines of my integrity, my jovial attitude, my playful nature, and all that to come off as someone that wasn't just like common, man. Like the whole thing I'm saying is that I'm not common, and that morning I felt kind of common. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I didn't really get off on the right foot that morning with getting in the flow state. Like I'm in a flow state right now. Like I had a good talk with an opposite energy polarity, and that's how I get in a flow state in the morning. Is I talk to a beautiful and loving and kind, caring soul in a woman. It doesn't really matter if it's the same woman that I frequently talk to, or if it's a new woman, or a what you would call different in the sense of their quirks and charms, but the whole idea and beauty behind a woman is that she understands, you know, and she can, within her fire and her soul, her warmth, her hot, I don't want to call it she's hot, you know, like, but there's a reason why they say that is because there's a warmth to a woman, an emotional fire, and a man is kind of cold, but a man that knows what he's doing can warm a woman up via his language and his, also if it's in person, his looks and his touch and things like that. And if you know what you're doing, you could get high just off of talking to a woman because of her ability to feel, man. That's how men and women are made. Anyway, this woman that I was trying to put down what I was setting down, I thought she might want to pick it up in the context of this 21-year-old that I actually liked, which is special and uncommon, and that doesn't just happen, although she may have thought that it does just happen frivolously, and it happens all the time, you know, to every girl. They get a special guy that likes them, but you know, the thing about it is that I told her, I said, you know, you're gonna either respond in a way that you want to pursue this with me, be my friend, be my my partner, or you're gonna respond in a way that deny, like, doesn't isn't favorable toward either way. I'm not gonna stress about it. I'm gonna continue to be the value that your life was getting better and better and better, and you might not have recognized I had stuff to do with that. You just think that it's a nice thing that these feelings occur in the form of comfort and love. But honestly, I'm pulling the strings on the underground, under the ground, in the background, help you feel better. And whenever she let me down, I don't think she really understood fully, like, what I was saying. Like, then I was forced to pull away, man. And maybe that's my fault, man, for not fully making her aware that I had intentions behind why I was being so nice to her. But then I did make her aware, man. That's the whole thing I did in the letter that I wrote her, is I was trying my best to tell her, like, this isn't just because I'm like this to everyone. Just because I see something within who this girl is like a blazing fire within her spirit, and there's a fierceness to her that I was highly attracted to, man. I really, really was, man. And yeah, that fierceness that is so deeply what I would call honorable, which you guys know if you listen to my last podcast, is synonymous with value or worth or currency or change or monetary currency. So her honor, her whole honor as a fierce person that cares, man, that cares to help. Like, she can be an effective ally, is what I was saying. That's one of the reasons. And that's what I'm looking for in a partner, is a woman that I don't constantly have to provide the mental emotional stability, security, and safety, and she can contribute as well as actually give more than I give at times. You know, I'm usually doing good, but at times I go down, and my whole energy level and mental, emotional, spiritual well-being is just kaput, man. Just anxious and terrible. Not often, sometimes, but you know how much I appreciate and truly is valid when I'm down. If somebody else can lift me out of that basically rut or quicksand or what you would call a well or cave that I'm in, man, like a dark cave with some kind of light and mode of happiness within her spirit, and she can be the light that lights my way in the darkness. That's what I'm looking for in a woman, not just someone that takes spiritual, financial, everything, like my ex did with me. Basically financially abused me and never once during dealing with my PTSD anxiety attacks, she was sweet to me one time. I remember. That's why I remember that she was capable of doing it, because she made me feel like a lot better one time with her emotional, spiritual sweetness. And that was the only time she ever did that, and not 2 times, not every time. One fucking time she made me feel better. One, man. After I took care of her and provided for her financial needs and everything, man, and always made her feel better. One time. That's why I had to get away from that relationship, because like she was just, I'm pretty sure she put on some weight, because like she be taken, which in the context of you're either a giver that sleeps well, or you're a taker, and that means you eat well. So she been eating, man. And that's all about the ex-girlfriend. I care to share all this post, because I have looked at for a life part. You know, I'm 33 years old and I'm unmarried and I've never been married and I don't have any kids of my own. I have nephews, and that's all well and good. My nephews are courageous, beautiful, young people, and 4 boys and 2 girls on my sister's side of life. And yeah, man, so I'm looking for someone to do life with in the context of an adult. Like, a female, man, like, who I could have been really able to rely and depend and also contribute and connect and calibrate and condition and all 4 quadrants of the battle plan that I was working until I got a boot to the back when I was on the ground, when I got kicked when I was down, beat up psychologically, and withdrew, and basically just beasted out of the support group I was in, basically just for trying to get the support I needed. I used the platform for what it was meant to be used for. In my humble opinion, this may differ based upon who you're asking, witness the situation and occurrence. But to me, I used the council for counsel. That's all I did. And it got passed around that through this situation, the landlord trying to kill me, people were commenting I was going to kill the landlord. They twisted it and backward completely, and I was the one who needed help, man. That's a whole thing I didn't understand. And what a female understands after talking to me for a while, and then I tell her a drastic story like that of a complete 180 degree misunderstanding, and she understands perfectly well where I'm coming from. And that's how I know for a fact that I do not have a mental retardation or critical imbecilic what you would call like dereliction within my mind, or else she would tell me, like, Zach, you have a dereliction in your mental, emotional, spiritual space, and you do a bunch of dumb stuff. Because I don't, although certain people will lead you to believe that I, as well as whoever is listening, might have a severe handicap. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. Is in the Iron Council, there's a channel, there's sub channels, and there's home channels, and one of the channels is called Breaking Porn Addiction, and it's a bunch of dudes talking about porn. So as much as I found that funny and ironic in the context that like I mentioned something after I had mentioned something in the Breaking Porn channel, in the Faith channel, and I used the word wolfpack, wallet, and what you would call your wiener, which are 3 aspects of life that I learned in a church small group, man. And I get in trouble by the high ups in the IC, and they're saying, Zach, you're talking about jacking off in your wiener in the fake channel. And that's how they presented it to me. Like, come on, man. I'm talking about my wiener and jacking off in the porn channel. Motherfucker. You trying to tell me I have a mental handicap with that type of shock value and stuff with getting me in trouble, man. That's how it was. It was shocking the way they portray you if because they don't know, man. They don't know the proper avenues to treat people like say a someone who works in the mental health sphere, or you call them 988 and you tell someone a story, they're not gonna shock you, man. They're gonna make you comfortable with their speech and how they choose to proceed helping you. They're actually gonna offer you even if they do have something negative to say about your situation, or you're a danger to yourself or others, they're not going to shock you and make you feel worse. They're going to get you help, man. And that's what the IC lacked, was genuine care and concern and help for your well-being. Because there were egos, man, and I don't mean to diss it. There was genuine help and wealth and care and appreciation, recognition, and enjoyment. There were good qualities. There were good people all throughout the entire Iron Council, except it just ended in a messed up way for me, man. And some of these chicks that listen to my podcast and stuff, they really understand where I'm coming from when I say that some of these dudes don't even know me, and they have titles and power, and they're exercising their power, authority, and it's not credible because they don't know who I am. I do not have a dereliction within my personality, a slight dereliction at that, maybe, but I don't have a major malfunction in who I am, as they would lead you to believe. So basically that's all I was trying to talk about, and tell you guys that I had a nice high vibe tribe school atmosphere, beatific angels in that community, and just decent people that frequent that online situation. And I know life is not all about the internet. It's not. It is not all about the internet. Contrary to what Facebook or this post or whatever might have you thinking, except it's about like 20 degrees outside. I'm not trying to really walk outside, so that's why I'm inside. But yesterday I went outside, and I've been going outside quite a bit, but it's about to be wintertime, so I think it's more of a acceptable condition to be online, either in the hell-raising heat of the summer or the icily frigid cold hell of the winter, to be on your computer. And that's why I think y'all should interact with me, because I do like to communicate and be social. And if you listen to this podcast and you write me out a big long message about what you think, about who you are, who I am, the correlation between what we could be, and how that could be fun or might add value to either one of us, I would really love to hear what you have to think, because that's just the way communication and our human existence species is meant to rely upon communication and being there to actually talk, man, and do stuff with each other. We're meant to be, as far as our feelings are meant to be comfortable enjoy, and we're meant to do, man, with each other. We're meant to do stuff. We're human beings. Human is like doing. So it's like doing, being. Some people call this human doings, like in the Catholicism and stuff. A Catholic priest, you may hear him call someone human doing because their whole faith is based upon certain things that you're supposed to do, man, like works-based faith. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just what they think. I'm not saying they all think that, and I'm not saying I'm so adeptly inclined to understand the Catholic faith as I'm not a Catholic. Just loosely based off of what I've heard is that occurrence manifests itself in human doing. And I want to do things. I like to do things. I'm a doer. I'll be strong. I'll be healthy. I'll be happy. But I also do music and comic books and conversations. That's all I'm trying to really say. I might play just a little bit of guitar for you guys because this is a music page. In case you haven't noticed, I do music. So let me get this stem pick. Got it right here. Got my Alvarez. I call her Vines. Like Yamaha, I call Annie, as in Smooth Criminal. As in, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Would you tell us that you're okay? You've been struck by a smooth criminal. And Vines is my electric acoustic guitar, and she sounds something like. Stuff like that, because these strings are nice, man. I couldn't believe it. I was on my way to just walk around Uptown Normal, and I got the inclination or idea or thought in my mind that I needed a new string set on my Alvarez Vines. So I walked all the way up College Hill to the music shop. And I had this gentleman in there, I think his name's Tony, or something like that. No, I don't think it's Tony. I think Tony's the guy with the big beard. It was the other brother that does guitar work. I asked him, man, would he mind putting some strings on my guitar, man? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Sure, man. You got a little while to stay here while I do it? I said, of course, man. I ain't got nothing to do, you know. I'm on disability. I really ain't got nowhere to be. And what he did to my guitar, which I am still enjoying, is that he gave it a full, like, detail, like, massive cleaning and neck adjustment and string change and these wonderful. I asked him to put on the best possible strings that he could get. And you know how much that cost me, man? In all seriousness, this was probably $100 deal that I would, if I would have known he was gonna do this, and I had it in my mind that I wanted to get this done. How much I probably would have been willing to pay for this to happen to my guitar is close to $50 to $100. It was only $20, including the strings, man, for a deep cleaning and setup on my Alvarez. That's why it sounds so clean and good, man, because these strings are nice. These are some gold, copper, they're copper plated, copper wound metal strings, man, and they're nice. And I really appreciate that brother from the music shop hooking up my guitar. because it sounds wonderful when I play it, especially like doing some solo licks and tricks and slicks. See, that sounds pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Doing some of those flicks and tricks, and this is really all. I'm sorry I can't keep going on and on, and you guys just chill with me for the rest of reality, because I know it'd be fun to listen to some of these podcasts sometimes and listen to me play. But I'll be back, tomorrow. So peace out.